First weekend of 2025 in the nation's capital, also the final weekend of the World Juniors. Two semifinals starting with eternal rivals, Finland and Sweden. Sweden, the only undefeated team left in the tournament, a perfect 5-0. The captain, Axel Sandin Pellikka, has been brilliant, tied for the tournament scoring lead. But he'll have to beat the best goalie statistically in the tournament so far in Petteri Rimponen, and a Finnish side looking for its fourth gold medal in the last 11 years. It's remarkable. They've played 7 times over the last 6 tournaments, every game decided by a single goal, including that shootout you mentioned and an OT battle for bronze back in 2020.
18-year-old Petteri Rimponen leads the tournament in save percentage. He's one of 13 Finns who's young enough to play next year in the 50th World Junior in Minnesota. And for the Swedes, Melker Thelin, also young enough to return next year, an Arizona 5th round pick. And the Swedes have won 5 in a row. The Finns have won 4 straight since their opening game loss to Canada. The Swedes' last quarterfinal loss was in 2021 in Edmonton to the Finns. Their games, as James Dudley mentioned, have been very close. The Finns have won 3 of the last 4 meetings, including a 5-4 shootout victory last year in Gothenburg on New Year's Eve. Winner goes to the gold medal game tomorrow night. The loser will play for bronze tomorrow afternoon.
All right. We're good over here? Okay, folks, let's have a good game, hey?
Michael Campbell gets underway the Canadian way. And the smooth skating Emil Pieniemi. Defenseman for the Finns slides in. That shot in the feet of Pieniemi, gets that back to Jokinen. And a long shot by Väisänen is stopped by Thelin.
Thelin makes the save on Väisänen, but I don't think he saw it. Väisänen trying to find an angle in the lane, and no one hits off something on the way in, and that was offense from the defense. Pieniemi also joining the rush, sticking with a broken play. And for goaltenders, these are really hard because you're trying to spot the puck, and it comes out of the pile. Got a little too tight.
Kupalainen flips it in. Halttunen trying to reach it. And a penalty coming to Halttunen. He got a stick in there. They're going to call him for high sticking. Now, hang on, they're going to call him the Swedes. Check that, as Gustafsson's going to get it for a high stick, and so the Finns will get the game's first power play.
Well, the dumping going back, battling for loose puck, and trying to dance over top of Halttunen to release the stick.
High sticking.
Pieniemi. And a pass go off a skate is brought back out by David Gronberg. Gronberg sends it for Forsfjord. Backhand shot, short-handed bid.
Pass, it's Kiiskinen up top, and Forsfjord going to challenge him. Pretty good backhander and save from Rimponen, who make sure to take that short side away, keep the glove up.
Spins it back, Nurmi walking in, feeds it back across, Väisänen and a shot. Thelin makes the save up high. Played back to Kiiskinen, feeds it across to Gevargiu with a shot, short side, and Thelin got a piece of that.
It's not their burden to carry. Some of them were barely even alive when these things were going on, and yet, as the tournaments progress, it is something that is brought up to their attention.
Up ahead for Hellenius, who's spending an issue with Rochester, the American Hockey League, Buffalo's AHL affiliate. Hallquisth, his first international tournament. Ruohonen dishes out some contact. Now a centering pass for Vallette, just missed. Back at the point is Bergqvist. Bergqvist for Sandin Pellikka. Pivots back across the line and shoots, tipped in front. Good stop there by Rimponen. Alasiurua. Gotta knock that free, and does. Now it's poked ahead to David Gronberg. Gronberg moves in. Has players in front. Gronberg feeds it back across. Just missed Lindstein with that pass. Erlin tried to hook that back ahead. Stenberg broke it.
Perhaps a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-2 or the breaker. Wants to leave Granberg outside. He looks to commit early, and Granberg dances inside, which then sets up the seam pass as everyone's now Pieniemi tired late in the shift. This is a weird face-off. Look where Stenberg is.
Way on the right side boards. He was.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
60 feet from the face-off, sir.
Creativity on the offensive zone face-offs for the first line by Sweden. I've never seen this before. Stenberg way over. Now he'd be Pieniemi's number 10's man. Watch number 10. He's not sure where to go. And that allows Stenberg free reign, unblocked, all the way down to the front of the net. And then, whoa.
Hey, no way. What are you doing?
Stenberg a touch, and yet,
The referee said, what are you doing? In comes Constantinian. Rautiainen with it. Wraparound try. Tallinn down. Loose puck in front. That's scooped up by Bergqvist. 2005. Kuppalainen moves in, shoots, and Tallinn makes the stop and hangs on. Slides it back across. Kiviharju drops it back for Halttunen. Couldn't get a shot away with the rolling puck. Now Kiviharju back with it. Long wrist shot. That's gloved by Tallinn.
his play with the puck is nice. Good passer of it.
Listed at 5'11", 180, but the pendulum in the NHL is swinging back towards bigger defensemen. Now a chance off the wing and a quick shot there for Wahlberg, who's off the end of the glove of Rimpinen.
Probably the first rush chance for Sweden we've seen in this game, on a clean passing sequence up the ice. We jumped off the boards, and Tukala gets his stick in there, and I mean, they probably didn't make it any easier for Rimpinen.
Swings it back across to Lenius. Lenius has that shot tipped wide by Rautiainen. Ungersorm still no stick. And as a result, he can't chip it out. And fighting his back to the line by Bergqvist and out. And brought back by Stenberg. 2-on-1 for the Swedes. Stenberg back, shoots, scores! Otto Stenberg with a lightning strike. The Swedes hemmed in for a long time. They break out and then break out.
Stenberg jumps on a puck at the blue line. Kiiskinen lose a puck battle, and Stenberg impressively late in a shift has the energy to take off and elects to keep it. That is short side wrap around the back bar. Stenberg's strong tournament continues. 7 points now for Otto Stenberg after last year having a big World Junior as well.
Had a point in every game last year. Stenberg, the St. Louis first rounder in 2023.
Otto Stenberg.
Nilsson with a steal, goes off a leg. Stenberg another chance. That was
An odd man rush chance.
right. Kuppalainen chips it in. He got clipped with a high stick and a penalty coming out of the Swedes. So they didn't get the call at the end of the first period, but Lenius got clipped. But now Kuppalainen does. And off goes Viggo Gustafsson, and Finland gets an early power play. Hang on a second here.
Was that 27? Late? I don't. One more.
Who caught him?
I don't think any stick hits him in the face. Oh, that's a sales job. That is a sales job.
Back across to Kuppalainen. Drops that back for Kiviharju. Feeds it across. Halttunen drops it back. Kiviharju a hard shot. Tallinn save. Loose puck for Kuppalainen. Kiviharju for Rautiainen. Rautiainen centered it. Knocked away from Aidan. And now Halttunen back on it. Halttunen trying to shovel that back. Second try back for Kiviharju. For Halttunen. Moves it and shoots. Whistled that wide.
No fun to play against on the Legion of Doom line.
Hyönen. In across the line for Hemming. Hallenius. Back for Hemming. Hallenius. Centers and Hemming. Pachin scores! Emil Hemming power play goal. As the penalty expired. And it's a 1-1 tie.
Couple first rounders connect. Hemming and Kiiskinen, or Hallenius, back and forth they go. And that's a nice little pass. Slipping it into Hemming. Watching Sandin Pellikka reaching, and the responsibility for that player is David Edstrom. He's got to drop all the way down. It's a long way to go as a forward to take that shot away, and that's huge for Finland.
That's the first point of the tournament for Hemming, who was a first-round pick by Dallas. It came 1 second after the power play had ended. Plays that back in the corner. This line doesn't play a ton for the Swedes. Bergqvist drops it back, and a long shot taken there by Valette. Another chance that was blocked by Väisänen. As Eriksson was turned away. There's Tropp with it, rolled off his stick. Tropp feeds that back to Valette. Bergqvist, long wrist shot goes wide. Tropp works it back in front, loose puck, backhand shot, Valette, rebound, Rippinen down, the puck still loose. Rippinen retrieves his goal stick. Furious pressure now by the Swedes. Trough shoots. Rippinen gloves that. He's seen enough.
Sweden would not be happy with. Kumpalainen sells a non-high stick, draws the penalty, and then Hellenius, Hemming, top shelf, tie game. And that was almost short-lived as the fourth line for Sweden put a furious push in, forcing Rippinen to make some good saves. You're right, though.
Hellenius.
Please let us assist
Up for Rautiainen. Rautiainen plays that back for Kiviharju. Back for Rautiainen. In for Kiviharju, walks in and shoots, scores! He snuck it through, and the Finns have grabbed the lead.
In the bench, because that was very close to being offside. Rautiainen picking it up. Does he touch it? No. He does not make contact with the puck on his stick blade before he gets across. And unfortunately for Finland, this will not count. Another little give and go as Kiviharju slides it through Tallinn. Terrible goal for him to give up.
They've shown on the scoreboard here.
Oh, that's weird that was able to find a hole in the pad. That was down there. He obviously hadn't got his leg. Goes right through the little crook in the pad. He didn't have the ice sealed off, but this will not take too long for Sweden to decide to challenge. And you see Sean McFarland over talking to the Swedish bench. Touched this puck before his left toe was inside the blue line. He does not.
No.
There, perfect camera work. Freeze frame, send it to the penalty box, and we'll be done in 6 seconds. Well done.
Team Sweden is challenging the previous play for offside. After video review, it was determined the play was offside. We have no goal. Please reset the game clock to 11:42.
Michael Campbell, the referee, makes the call, and so it remains a 1-1 tie. Kiiskinen sends it ahead, busting in his Bison, and throws it back at Tallinn. Pad save, rebound. Kiiskinen turned away in the high slot. Jokinen a shot. Tallinn the save, and Bison couldn't reach the rebound. Back of the line, Jokinen long shot that deflected wide. He was looking for a stick in front. Jesse Nurmi loose behind the goal, and Nurmi back with it. Kangas up for Haltonen, worked that free. Here's Haltonen. Long shot out the other side. Rebound loose in front. Nurmi turned away by Tallinn. Well, the no goal is giving the Finns some jump as Haltonen picks it free. Haltonen spins and shoots. Tallinn got a piece of that. He does not look super sure, does Tallinn, at the moment. Kumpalainen works and shoots. Tallinn makes a save on that side of the goal. And Miettinen got a shot away, and finally, now for Tallinn has it. Well now.
Well, you follow up a soft goal, and then you pepper the goaltender. Even though it was taken away, he's clearly struggling a little bit with confidence and does a nice job scrambling and fighting, but he did spit the puck back out a couple times into dangerous areas. Not great rebound control. This one he's trying to grab with his glove. He actually pushes it away from him with his stick, and he forced him to make several more good saves, including this one by Nurmi. Waiting for the puck, gets across, and takes the bottom of the net away that time.
Jokiharju long shot deflects away.
20 years later, still going back and forth.
Here's Hemming with it. Emil Hemming. Now Stenberg taken down. That's going to be a penalty.
Explosive skater. Hemming trying to go a little saucer pass through Hemming, but he leads with the stick, turns it over, and then tries to get off to the races. Hemming knows right away.
Nylander back at the point for Sandin Pellikka. Slides it back around for Edstrom. Sandin Pellikka with it. So the Swedes with the rare penalty coming to Sweden as Ruohonen was taken down. He's got some words for Sandin Pellikka. That'll do it with 17 seconds gone in the power play.
Sandin Pellikka plays in the shooter position, mishandles it, and then puts his stick into the feet.
Poke out along the boards. Haltonen works it free for a moment. Now a chance for the Swedes as it's moved ahead by Eriksson, and a hard shot hammered wide by Volette. All the way back down the ice. And now that's going to be a penalty as Ruohonen was taken down, and Ruonen's getting under the Swedish skin here.
Very short one as Ruohonen gets inside position on top, and he gets
mugged.
The horse collar on him. takes him down. That's good speed. That's 2 penalties that he's drawn, 1 while shorthanded himself.
Hey, Coach. Hallquisth, in case you didn't know, wins it back to Pieniemi. Hallquisth feeds it back across. Chance it, but they score! Kiiskinen tips home the pass from Huttunen. And the Finns do have the lead, 2-1. And they make them pay 34 seconds into the power play.
Kiiskinen stays red hot.
The goals now in 5 straight.
Now, Huttunen makes the play here up top. Is this an intentional pass? I don't think so. Or was Edstrom's stick just in the way? No, actually catches the heel of Edstrom's stick. I think Huttunen was trying to put that in on net like a shot, and Edstrom gets there. Lindstein tightening up, looking for a hard shot. Had he just...
Poke check the center right by Hallenius. Hallenius is taken down. Sorum looks ahead for Stenberg. Gets a step. In comes Stenberg. Pulled it back in front.
I think that's on Stenberg. Goal interference. Rippinen slow to get up after being crashed into.
Sorum with it. Sorum winds in. Centers of Rippinen. Save. Rebound. Loose in front. Sandin Pellikka turned away point blank by the Finnish netminder. What a stop that was.
Wide has been a problem all night for Finland. Now, to me, Stenberg is taking a path that was going to run into Rippinen no matter what. Yes, he was aided a little bit from the back. Referee, you can hear him say you were pushed in. I don't think that was quite the case. And Rippinen, a couple more good saves on a broken play.
Sandin Pellikka back for Berkles. Long time to go here, though. Back is Sandin Pellikka. Feeds it in. That pass for Granberg was poked away by Huttunen. Now a penalty coming to the Finns. That's Kangas for bringing down Hallquisth. And the Swedes got the power play, 2:42 to go.
And Kangas, who can get tired and reachy late in his shifts.
On the power play is the net front. Nilsson drops it back. Lindstein's shot was blocked in front by Väisänen. Stenberg back for Lindstein. To Stenberg. To Lindstein. Stenberg tees it up and shoots. They score! Bounced in front off Wahlberg. And the game is tied at 2. We'll see what that hit on the way in. Stenberg shot it.
Crazy carom. And the power play comes through. This is Stenberg, who has been Sweden's best player in this game. That's one put back to him now. That is a horrible missed shot. That puck is fanned on completely. He toes it. It's going to go maybe
off the
8 feet wide, off the hand of Väisänen, who's just sort of protecting himself instinctively. And a very fortuitous bounce for Sweden to tie the game.
For the moment, tried to kick that ahead. And knocked down by Alasiurua. Alasiurua flips it in for Hemming. And Alasiurua picks it up. Works in, clean save, scores! Alasiurua barrels in. Tallinn appeared to have it, but the puck trickles in, and the Finns are back on top.
Did Tallinn have it? Did Alasiurua shoot it in, or did his skates force Tallinn to crash into the net and the puck to come out from underneath him?
All right.
What a nice drive by Alasiurua. He is a very good skater. Turns the corner, hard drive, and it's a lot like the Stenberg one. Sort of shoved it. That's his skates crashing into the goaltender and then forcing the puck in. Edstrom's behind him, helping him lose his balance. Sweden's taking a long look at this. So a little more nuance to unpack. Now, I don't think he kicked the puck in. He kicked the pads of Tallinn, and that threw Tallinn out of position and forced the puck in.
Here's Sandin Pellikka. Looks in front, knocked down, a quick chance for David Edstrom, ripped that wide prior to the tournament. And now Wahlberg, one of the most dangerous Swedes, works in. And Nieminen, stay with him. Daniel Nieminen. Watching Eklund closely, spun back in front by Nilsson, kicked out by Rimpinen. Sandin Pellikka shoots, it got through, Rimpinen kicks that away. And Gustafsson plays it back in. Forsfjäll. Up to Wilander, winding in, Wilander. Long shot, Rimpinen the save, and he hangs on, and now Petteri Rimpinen looms large for the Finns. Face-off, one back
play.
to Sandin Pellikka shoots. There's that Stenberg play again, where he stands way off the face-off.
So Stenberg said that's the first time they showed that look in the first period. They do it again. He's way off to the right now. Watch how Väisänen doesn't get trapped. He gets over there to seal him off. The first time they did this, the Finnish defenders were confused, and Stenberg got to go to the front of the net uncontested. This time, he was sealed off on his path. Good.
Stenberg centers it. Serra with a quick chance. Rimpinen makes the save. Bergqvist back with it. In the corner for Stenberg, down to Edstrom, centers it. Bouncing puck loose in front. Nurmi to the line, but not out. Sandin Pellikka feeds it back across. And that pass shot by Sorum for Stenberg went awry, and Stenberg went barreling through Rimpinen. And the Finns move it back to center. This line going back to work for the Swedes. Nurmi almost off the races at center ice.
Going to call a penalty on the attacking player. And so Nieminen forces Stenberg over top of Rimpinen. And that's not on Stenberg, who was standing still. That's on the guy who threw you over top of the goaltender.
Push that! Push that!
There it is, responsible.
Sweden out shooting Finland 7-1 here in the period. Lindstein plays it back, and a long shot by Wilander is gloved by Rimpinen. Back for Wilander. For Sandin Pellikka shoots. Tip puck goes off the glass to Sorum. Sorum to Wilander. Sorum shoots. Rimpinen save. Rebound loose in front, and Rimpinen's got it.
Through all the traffic, and then eventually elects to shoot it. You see Rimpinen drifting just a little bit off his post.
Sorum to Wilander. Long shot, Rimpinen save, rebound loose in front. Eklund digging for it, the puck squirts free, it's still sitting there. And finally fired down the ice by Nurmi. Plays it back to Lindstein. There's Stenberg with it. Power plays over, Stenberg. Slides it down, Wahlberg in, shoots, fired it wide. Pieniemi out of the penalty box.
Would like to go off the ice, and if you sell that you're injured, good stick there by Nieminen just to turn that aside. And lots of pressure, scrambles, that's a good reaction save by Rimpinen. And blockers it off his own defenseman, follows the bouncing puck.
So
Eklund can get there.
Jokinen's gone down the tunnel, so they're able to replace him. Wahlberg works it in, shoots, bouncing puck, but Rimpinen saves, still loose, back in front, Rimpinen down into the post. Sandin Pellikka, he fires off the inboards. Rimpinen's lost his goal stick. Kumpalainen has the puck back and slides it back ahead for Aidan. Aidan busting in. Aidan sends it back in front, just knocked away. Alasiurua. Sorum pivots back. Hallquisth long shot, scores! Off Rimpinen and in. And William Hallquisth has tied the game here in the third period.
You keep pushing, and you keep pushing, and getting pucks to the net. You're gonna get a break. All these scramble opportunities, all these close calls for Sweden in the third period. And it's a nothing shot. Innocent looking wrister. It looks like it goes through the chest of Rimpinen. Squeaks through the 7-hole. Oh boy, off the pad and under the arm and drifts through. As Hallquisth, unlikely goal scorer, drifts one in.
He's got one goal for HV 71 in the Swedish Hockey League this year. Up ahead for Sorum. He finds Edstrom. David Edstrom moves it across the line, has a step back in front. Poked the side of the goal by Stenberg. It's stuck on the back of the net. And now we're free. Oh, great chance there for Edstrom in front. And Edstrom turned away. Kivaharju up for Forsfjäll. Forsfjäll shoots at the flex wide. Forsfjäll back on it. That pass bounces back to Sandin Pellikka. Tipped in front. Rimpinen, great save there. Kiiskinen chips it back to center ice. Kiiskinen back to Jokinen. Jokinen, lead pass for Kiiskinen, winding in. Kiiskinen feeds it back in front. Great save there by Colleen, who's barely seen any action here in the third period. Miettinen stopped on that one. Wahlberg drops it back. Loose in front. Good shot there. Taken by Eklund. Pass saved by Rimpinen. Still loose in front. That's swatted away by Kangas.
Terry Rimpinen, he's been so busy. That is a really nice through the leg tip by Hallquisth. Another good chance, and the only chance for Finland this period, but it was a good one. The incident in alone.
Away comes Stenberg. Moves in, that's kicked away for the moment by Väisänen. At the point is Wilander. Long wrist shot was blocked in front. Unger Sorum spins. Shoots, he hammered it wide. Edström back with it. Now the Swedish defender Väisänen lost his stick, but he gathers it back up. Edström's shot goes off the leg of Hemming. Takes the return pass from Granberg. Sandin Pellikka shoots, it goes wide off the inboards. It's knocked away by Kiviharju, cut by Victor Eklund. And Eklund spins off the boards. Eklund shoots, Rimpinen save, long rebound, goes back to Lindstein. Here's Kiiskinen back on it, fresh legs coming on for the Finns. Here comes Jokinen, shoots, and Jokinen back in the game, turned away there by Thelin. Tukala snaps it back down to the Swedish zone. Thelin left it there for Sandin Pellikka. Then the linesman, and Forsfjäll plays it back for Stenberg moving in. The time expires, and Sweden and Finland are going to overtime in the semifinal. So on we go to overtime here in Ottawa, even at 3 after 60 minutes of play, and it's the medal round now, so it's 10 minutes of overtime followed by a shootout. The only medal round game that does not feature the potential for a shootout is the gold medal game. You play 20 minutes of periods until someone scores. And Felix Unger Sorum moves it across the line on Kiviharju. Unger Sorum with Rimpinen down, holds and feeds that back to Sandin Pellikka. And Sandin Pellikka regroups at center ice.
Finland still looking to touch the puck once.
Now brought by Wahlberg. In on Jokinen. Wahlberg steaming in, shoots, Rimpinen save, and the puck is on the pad of Rimpinen. And Wahlberg having a very close look at where the puck was.
And it sort of popped out to the left of Rimpinen, but that was good patience by Sweden. Stringing along, then when you think you got a seam, you go for it. Wahlberg turns on the Jets. And Jokinen chasing at a tough angle. Wahlberg's hoping something forces the puck into the net, but Rimpinen holds strong, and I think it actually ends up sitting under Mitja Jokinen. He sort of kicks it to his goalie's pad. It takes some courage to hang in there as a goaltender, knowing you're going to get hit like that. Stay focused on the puck. That was almost a little bit lucky it didn't get.
David Edström across for Unger Sorum. Unger Sorum moves in.
High stick.
And a penalty coming to Finland. Kiviharju's going to get it for a high stick. Unger Sorum moves in. Kiviharju touches up, and the Swedes will get a power play in overtime. Penalty called by Sean McFarland. It's actually Nurmi, pardon me.
Team Finland, number 24, minor penalty, high sticking.
Unger Sorum had the head snap back as he was cutting through traffic. Do I have to hand out another suspension?
Team Sweden,
No, that clipped his helmet. That clipped his helmet.
And the Swedes will call timeout here in overtime.
And can rest.
Stenberg feeds it back across. Sandin Pellikka, shot blocked by Jokinen. And the loose puck sent down the ice by Miettinen. Parked in front, Unger Sorum. Down to Stenberg. Stenberg has a look back across. Sandin Pellikka shoots, that goes wide. Edström back on it. Minute to go on the power play. Sandin Pellikka back across to Unger Sorum. Unger Sorum in, shoots, Rimpinen, glove save, and he hangs on. Unger Sorum shoots, loose puck in front. Stenberg got it knocked away by Miettinen, diving for it. Miettinen takes a whack at that. He's dumped. The puck back at the point for Sandin Pellikka. Sandin Pellikka back for Stenberg. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Unger Sorum moves it and shoots. Rimpinen, glove save, and he hangs on.
Unger Sorum basically one-on-one with Rimpinen. And can he get it past the shot block? Yes. Can he get it past the glove hand? Glove hand up. And he hasn't necessarily been clean with the catches, but he knocks the puck down for the whistle.
Meanwhile, Finland's top offensive players have been sitting on the bench. Wahlberg winds in. Wahlberg with a chance. Moves it back in for Rimpinen save. And Nilsson back with it. Wilander up for Wahlberg. Finns are changing. Wahlberg gets a step. Moves in. Backhand shot goes wide. Wahlberg back with it. Try to work it back in front. Hallquisth had the puck in his feet and is picked up by Pietaniemi. Out with Huninen. In comes Huninen. Players are tangled up behind the play. Huninen tries to buy some time. He's tied up. Knocked on the puck by Wielander. That's going to be a penalty. A holding call with 1:20 to go in overtime. And this has a couple of effects. One, the Finns go to the power play. Two, Wahlberg won't be able to shoot in a shootout if he's in the penalty box.
Number 24, minor penalty.
For me, it's Wielander.
He might shoot as good as he is with the puck. And he certainly would kill the penalty. And one grab, two grab, open hand. It's a tough one to take now. Not surprisingly, Finland taking a timeout. Catch their breath. Hallquisth had been on the ice for about a minute.
Last minute play.
In the final minute of overtime, Hallquisth moves it back across. Holton elects not to shoot. To Hallquisth. Holton tees it up and shoots at the goal post. Reagan off the pipe, up and out. Had his look and hit the pipe.
So the first one he elected not to shoot because the pass was not good. On his front foot, not in the right spot. Give me where I can wheelhouse it. Oh. And he's just thinking, I don't care if anyone's there. I don't care if the goaltender's there. I trust my shot. That's one. I said he needed 4. He'll get 1. If I'm Finland, win the faceoff. Just keep teeing him up. Trust that he'll beat the goaltender.
Once again, Kupalainen against Edstrom for the faceoff. Kupalainen wins it cleanly back. Rautiainen for Hallquisth. Hallquisth to Holtonen. Slides it back to Hallquisth. Rautiainen with Kupalainen fighting for space in front. Shoot, scores! Rautiainen makes it in. Overtime winner. And the Finns have taken down the Swedes in the semifinals. Benjamin Rautiainen from a sharp angle. And the heartbreak at the World Junior Championship continues for the Swedes. A late penalty in overtime. Rautiainen at Kupalainen standing in front, was trying to find him. It goes in off Tallinn. And the Finns, after losing their opener to Canada, have now won 5 straight and will play for gold tomorrow night.
Starts with the face-off win. They didn't have to go get it 200 feet. Now the puck comes down to Rautiainen, and I think he was shooting this. I think he was probably looking to go off the heel. Bit of a no-looker. See him take a glance. He took a little peek and then rips it. Yes, Kupalainen's stick was somewhere near the vicinity, but I think he sees the right heel of Tallinn and saying, can I just rip this into that 5-hole? It goes short side. Oh boy, that is a difficult goal for Tallinn to give up in this moment. In overtime against Finland, another tournament where Sweden was perfect heading into the semifinals and won't get a goal. They had their chances. 25 shots in this third period in overtime.
Their coach barely reacted to the goal. And for Sandy Pellikka and the Swedes, all those returning players, 9 back from last year, 21 19-year-old players. It's almost incomprehensible how this happens to them year after year.
Time and again.
Please direct
They're the
your
better
attention
team
to the TSO
the whole
carpet
tournament
player
until
of
they
the
have
game
to be.
presentation. The player of the game from each team will be
5-0
awarded
going
a
in.
one-of-a-kind
Had
paddle
barely
and
trailed,
painted by
hadn't
a
trailed
local
since their
indigenous
first
artist.
game.
Special thank you to Imperial and Esso
Had
for
their
their
own
contribution and allows us to
4-on-3
compensate
power
the
play.
artists.
They had their own looks.
And now we'll get
Today's
the
awards
player of
were
the game
presented by
presentation. We'll also get the top 3
Artist
players.
From Kiiskinen, CB, Anishinaabe First Nation.
Benjamin
Their paddle
Rautiainen
showcases
in his first IHF tournament for the Finns. That's rare for them. Most of their guys come up through their under-18 program. He's a 19-year-old, plays for Tampere.